All right, so this is the first episode of BMTV Pod or BMTV. Um, what are your thoughts? Where do you think this is going to go for us? How are you feeling right now since we're about to establish this?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good. Just at a point in life to where I feel like we got a little bit of knowledge to drop. Not
Okay.
Mr. Know It All or anything, but I
Yeah,
feel like
same.
we got some good combos that we have,
Right.
and we just gotta
I
throw it
feel
out there,
like
man.
I feel like there's a lot of people that's like us that always say they're gonna do something like we're doing. So we might as well just do it for the people that say they're gonna want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and get it done for those people so we can bring the entertainment, they can relate, we can have that conversation with them, with the community, build that community. You feel me? We get straight to it, man.
Do it for the folks, man.
Alright, so first of all, people might be lost to what we're playing. First of all, background, let's just discuss Tsushima right now. We're about to run up legends. So, topic of the day is issues on social media, right?
Yeah, man.
And that stems as far as mental health, just how bad and addicting it can be. Just kind of everything under the water. That's how we feeling.
Under the water,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm
So
here.
what is so how should we start this? What should we
Well,
start with?
first off, man, why is there an issue with social media? That's the basis of which we're
That's the base.
beginning our conversation.
Yeah, I
So,
think a
what
lot
is
of
your
people would
biggest
kind
issue with
of.
social media?
I think a lot of people would kind of take it the same way I would in saying that a lot of people gain misconceptions from social media. A lot of people see a version of life that isn't really real, but people promote. So it kind of builds a sense of need or like sense of imposter syndrome or sense of I'm not doing enough in life. And I think that brings people into like a certain state of mind. What do you feel it does to us? How do you think that affects us? Do you agree with that? Like what do you think about that?
I mean, I definitely agree. Just to build off of that, I feel like it really just suppresses our true personality. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It really just hinders our true growth.
Okay. Okay. See, like, bruh, it's crazy because I feel like some like I'm looking at even people probably 4 years younger than me because I'm 21 about to be 22, so people that's 18, 17, like I'll look at it and be like, dang, like y'all really grew up with technology in your face the whole time. Like I can't think, like that's crazy to me. Like I'm sure you kind of feel the same way. Like I didn't get a phone until I was like 10, 11. So the fact that like 7 year olds have like a phone and is doing TikTok and social and all that, but that's crazy to me.
Yeah, man, just speaking for myself, I didn't have a smartphone until I was literally a freshman in high school. I'm 24,
That's what I'm
so I'm still
saying.
young, but it's like I'm
Until
not
you needed it, you
the
didn't get
youngest,
it.
you know?
Yeah, and it was really only to contact parents for real. Like that's it. Maybe you had like bricks on it to like play, but that's it, bro. Like you ain't had nothing on it. If
At
you were
all,
lucky,
man.
you had like the slide keyboard. That's it. Fuck.
Well, I definitely remember
Even
those,
that,
bro.
I'm saying, even that, like nobody definitely had no camera until the Nokia's came out with like the flip. Like that shit was hitting. That's the only thing I
I was
remember.
praying for that, boy. I know
That's what
that.
I'm saying. So it's crazy seeing now the evolution of where we are now and how some people are starting. So from where we are, my perspective on it is already like toxic. Like in my vision, I kind of see it already like tearing people apart. Like it got us already. Like I even though we always say like one day it's gonna take over, like that shit took over. Like it's already there and people don't see it. I think that's a problem. I think that's a big problem. I think that's one of the biggest problems.
No, I definitely agree, man. The world just runs off of what social media says, what everybody thinks. It's really just a big group group thinking culture that we live in these days, right? And just a
Mm,
lot of personal opinions just seem to be I don't know, man. Just
No,
not
you
as
cooking. Keep
across the
going.
board as they used to be. You know what I'm saying? And I
Okay.
just feel like everybody is just on the same, like, just the same
Damn,
wavelength of
you
just
might
being
be
like,
onto something. Now,
I don't,
do
you
you
know,
think social media like plays the biggest part in that? Like, do you think that's what is causing that?
at the end of the day, I would say right now, yeah. Especially when it
Yeah.
comes to TikTok,
I was
YouTube
just about to
Shorts,
say, like, people say social media
especially
was
the
social
content
media.
that's a lot
Okay.
shorter because the content that's like, 30 seconds to a minute just absolutely destroys our attention span.
Is that you touching on a topic I was about to speak on, which is dopamine centers that are built into these social media companies. Um, yeah, that's literally like the base of all this. Because at the end of the day, social media doesn't have to be addictive. It doesn't have to be as fun as it is the way it is right now. It is like that because there's literally people hired to make it like that. Like they literally have parts of these companies where it's based just on how it will affect your brain. Will it make you happy? Like it's going to track you and everything you do. Like that shit. That's the crazy part of me. So I'm wondering like past just like wanting the person on your website or in your app, like what is the reason for that? Like why are y'all trying to distract us? You know?
Yeah, man. And they definitely do a great job of it. And it's common knowledge, like not common knowledge, but anybody can look it up, right? The fact that they
Mm.
do have these teams dedicated to literally like controlling like
Controlling
your
exactly
mind,
what you want. Exactly like even
Yeah.
dude, when I took this social media class last semester and it was talking to us about like cuz okay, I'm going to give you an example. One time at one of my ex's house, she was on her laptop looking up like a swimsuit. And we didn't talk about the type of swimsuit. We didn't talk about like the type of the website. We didn't talk about none of that. She was like, "Do you like this?" I said, "Yes." Bro, I kid you not, 5 minutes later on like my Facebook, like it's an ad and it shows and that's like the middle it's like three different bathing suits and that's the middle one from that same website. And after that day, I was like so lost. I thought it was reading our brain, like, and it's crazy how accurate it can get with just knowing our trends, knowing our location. Because that's I found out in class. That's what it was. It gathers location from other phones and other devices and uses it and pushes it towards yours. So it's just crazy how much they take to fucking do that. Like, oh my god. It's almost like, bro, I don't know. That's just crazy to me.
Well, I can just tell you that these guys are getting murked right now. But no, man,
No, oh my
I
god. I'm about
definitely
to say I gotta lock in for a second. These niggas are busting my
no, I'm
ass.
not gonna
Go
lie.
ahead.
They're really here, bro. No cap, and I'm having to go to farm. Well, I'm going to farm. You're holding it down.
Fancy
Nah, but
carrot
look,
got it over
man.
there too. Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. They definitely got us.
they got us. Like, bro, I was watching a podcast today, and they was just talking about all the shit that's in our house that just watches what we do and listens to what we do and just knows our movement. And it's like, bro, it's over. Think about like Elon literally had an interview with Tucker Carlson, I think yesterday, today or yesterday. He was talking about how sentient, like the AI. I don't want to touch on the topic too much, but he's talking about how progressive and like individualized it could get. So I can only imagine having like this technology in our house that already surveillance us without like with the protocol, like what it will come to if we have AIs that take over, or AI not even take over, but try to revolutionize themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff like that that we put in movies that we gotta actually think about now. That shit's fucked.
Yeah, man. Definitely time's flying, and the future is coming. Quicker than
The
we could have
future is
ever
coming.
imagined. And it is iRobot. So you know what? You can go ahead and call yourself Fresh Prince there, buddy, because
No, for real,
we're
for real.
here.
The next, man, I mean, after VR, AR glasses, whatever, The next thing is gonna be like that Cyberpunk X, like let's integrate this technology into our bodies. Like I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. I think, when I was like, I don't know, bro. I think I think human beings as a whole, as long as it's convenient and gives us, like, provides us with something or like makes us safer,
Hmm.
like we'll
Hmm.
do it. It doesn't matter. Like we'll give
I
up
mean, of
our
course,
rights
if
for
it's
it
easier,
if it's easier. As long as it's
makes life
easier,
easier.
as long as it makes life easier. Like
As long as we can get to that Starbucks, 2 minutes quicker. You know what I'm
it's
saying? That's what
that's
matters.
that's just, and that goes back and that ties right back into what you were saying about having the TikToks, having the Instagram reels, having the YouTube reels where like it's only 30 seconds or a minute of like concentration on that one topic, then the next, then the next, then the next. It's like we're like you know how like in the 80s they said like that was the crack era? We're the dopamine era.
And it's worse because
Like,
it's
and it's
more
worse. It's
volatile.
more addictive and it's more volatile. It's more of all ages. It's less looked at a certain way. Like, bro, I didn't know how bad it was
More
until I
addictive, man.
started going on dates with some girls and like how like even if they're not on the phone, when they do check their phone, how like on it they are for that moment. It's like they almost attach themselves to it for a second. Like they plug in real quick. Like this shit is
Yeah, I swear to
crazy.
God, bro.
This shit is
Like they literally
crazy, bro.
become part
They
of the
become
fucking
part of it.
phone.
Like their eyes get wide, their fingers get faster. Like it's almost like their senses just start enhancing off that shit because it's like so like where it's like a high for them. Like that shit is crazy to me.
And I was almost there, but nah,
And
man.
it's so easy to get there if you're not like really paying attention to it. That's the problem. And on
Yeah,
top of
man.
that, like that's why I'm with me. I know with me alone, and I'm sure a lot of people out there when I say this will feel it. Me personally, even though I feel like I'm doing a good amount of stuff, like I'm on the right path. If I get on my phone for too long, like I feel like I'm not doing shit with my life. So I can only imagine like
Same.
how people like when they're on it all day every day and like they go through high school just on it not really caring about shit else, just kind of leading life with digital, like the digital world, like every kind of just leading life with the digital world, I guess the best way to put it. And then like you end up wanting to be a content creator or something like that, and then reality hits you and you're like, oh wait, I can't do that, but I don't really want to do anything, so I'm gonna just sit at home. Like that shit
Hmm.
is like a crazy cycle that we're in. I feel like in this
It's the
recession
cycle
and
everybody is
the
trying to fight to beat,
technology
man.
that's in it's oh my god,
Again,
bro.
it grabs back to just I'm telling you, you gotta censor yourself from social media, man.
You do,
And
you do.
everybody out there, look, you don't need it, you know. And I know
It's not
that
needed.
you can even say YouTube social media, and of course it is, bro. But look, there's levels to this thing, okay?
There's definitely
And
levels
you
to
can
it.
do everything in moderation, and I can tell you, social media in my life, yes, I have learned things, but boy, it has melted my brain in some aspects, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm just now learning the effects and learning how to like reverse things.
Yeah,
Thank God.
yeah,
So
yeah. It
just
takes a lot to
reversing
be
my
aware. Like,
negative habits.
yeah, like sometimes it even takes an outside to like kind of be like, hey, like you're doing a lot of this. Like it took, man, I think until I started seeing my screen time on my iPhone, like when I started doing that is when I
Mm.
really started like cutting back. And I'm like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm like not the type of person that does like be on the phone like that. So man, it's it's funny how we like talk about it, but like there's never a solution for it because we know how good it still is, and we know how like much it still like what it still does for people. Even though like
Mm.
it's like as far as I wouldn't say Instagram because Instagram, Twitter, like some people get information on Twitter, but nah, you don't really need to. But places like Instagram, Facebook, like I don't think that's really needed. Some people will argue like to connect with family members, but that's bullshit for real. Um, I think websites like Reddit though, like if we had more
Mm.
like informational, more like I guess adult like websites, or social media apps like Reddit, I think it would be more of a kind of like a balance to it. Like I think people would start seeing it more as like the
More
Instagram and
justified.
Twitter's being for the kids. Yeah, exactly. And like those apps being for the grown-ups and you kind of transition over when you get a certain age. Like I think if like or just like a curfew or some I've always said like if they had like a nationwide curfew or like something of social media at night, like it would literally change so many people's mental health. But,
Especially kids. I feel like that should just be a
especially
mandatory.
kids. A lot of kids
And
shouldn't have
I'm just
phones
saying,
after a
shouts
certain
out to the
time.
kids with
Like
that
what?
because I'm sorry, 7-year-olds should not be shaking their butt like they a grown woman, man, just because of what they
No, bro,
see on
they
the
shouldn't even
phone.
be in
That's
front of the
absolutely
camera
ridiculous.
like that. But me, in my opinion, like I get express yourself, but like
I'm
expressing
talking
it to
about
the
in
world is
public.
different. Exactly, exactly,
It's terrible, man.
exactly.
I don't
And
want to
then
see
you
that,
gotta
bro.
think
It literally
about
fucking
all the
disgusts me, bro.
different like horrible people that's out there already, like searching for that and like
Exactly.
going for that. Like, bro, it was already like bad enough back in the day when they didn't have social media. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, it's crazy now. It's crazy, man. But I think, I mean, cause, I mean, people in the fucking 70s was, or in the 80s was probably saying this shit about the internet. The 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably always
Yeah.
something. Obviously, now more than ever, it's just intense and fucking ridiculous. But, like, I think we're always
Well,
going to
this is
progress with it
important now.
regardless. Yes.
And that's
Yes.
really all that matters, man. You know, in the 80s, I mean, they knew stuff was coming, but they didn't know that, this type of shit would happen. You know, back then they didn't have 7-year-old little girls shaking their ass like it's commonplace and the parents are not
And
doing
it
anything
is
about it.
not
Like,
doing
that's
anything.
ridiculous.
That's
Come on, let's be
And
serious with
I
ourselves, man.
and if we're being more honest with ourselves, I feel like that's more. I mean, I wouldn't even say that's more American culture, but I want to say that's more Americanized culture.
Oh,
Like I
for
don't
sure,
like
though.
that's not like that's a Western culture thing. I'd say a
Amen.
Western culture,
Say it again.
Western culture thing. Cause like you don't see that. I mean, obviously, like people always add the stigmas of like what's going on in other countries, but not. I'm not talking about those countries. Like there's other countries out there that's like like they have more respect for everybody. Like it's just different. Like it's just you don't like. Oh my god, it's just that's a whole rabbit hole. I'm not even gonna go down. But I do agree with you in the aspect that like there should be. I don't think you should be 16. Like you shouldn't be no like you shouldn't unless you're grown. You shouldn't be on that time and on especially on an environment that's like global on a global scale.
Full of predators, man.
That's full of everybody. Like that's just fucking just no.
Because that trauma of when they get older and they realize what they were
It's
doing, man,
trauma.
like
It turns into
it's
trauma.
not gonna, yeah, bro. It's
And
not,
then
it's just
on
not
top
gonna
of
be.
that, if it don't turn into trauma that they see, here I got you. If it don't turn into trauma that they see, then like it turns into them seeking attention from somebody for however long, and then that turns into something else, and then that turns into something
Issues
like
on issues on
it's
issues.
just
Like, let's just progress and grow,
exactly.
guys. At the end of the day, everybody, put down the phone, go outside,
Put down the fucking
plan a
phone.
fucking, I don't even know.
Now don't put down the phone for the video. Do it after, but like.
Nah, yeah, go ahead and drop a like and,
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead,
comment and a
sub too.
follow.
How
You
about
know what I'm
that?
saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I think like man, it's just real like at a point where it's like, is it too late?
You know what
You
I
know,
mean, man?
you
It's
know.
just too late if you give into it, man. It's not gonna be too late for the people that wanna fight against the grain,
That
you
is a
know?
great
And
point. That is a great point.
that's just what it comes down to, man. That's what we're gonna have to do for ourselves.
Yeah, I think. Well, I know. I'm not even gonna say I think. Like taking it. Even I had to take a break from social media, and when I did, like you realize how many people aren't on social media. You realize how much you're not missing out. Like you realize like a lot of things. Like you realize you see life real different when you're not on social media. It's really weird because how connected people are to it.
Right, right, right.
Like it's kind of like you feel like you're outside of the matrix a little bit. Like it's like you seeing shit you shouldn't be posted. Like it's just man, it's crazy, man. Oh, we lost
Yo,
farm.
everyone's on farm.
Fuck.
That's what I was over here trying to,
I was trying to run over there too.
I tried, man. I was the
Cool.
first one on the scene, bro. It was bad and bloody.
God damn it. Oh, he just
That
threw me in the
sucks.
fucking house.
I'm going better stable. Oh, we're good, we're good, we're good. I'm gonna say that though.
Got a little bit less health. God, what other
But
points do you want to get off? Is there anything else you want to get off? I'm trying to think. There's a
well,
couple things I
honestly,
gotta say.
one thing that I'll really touch on is just the whole body issues, area.
Let's get into it. Let's
Because,
really get into
look,
it.
man, at the end of
That's
the
the
day,
juice of
it's
meat.
such a spectrum. Because it goes from even you can go from skinny being fat. You know, they got the my 1,000 pound life shows, and romanticizing being overweight, and models and stuff being super skinny, romanticizing unhealthy eating habits, and that's just not it, man. I mean, what's that doing for us as a culture?
Nothing. Nada. Nada, as we say. If you get Villa, I'll get farm.
You know I'm here,
Um,
man.
freaking, I agree with you. I think anybody would agree with you. If you don't agree with them, then you probably like are kind of stuck in your head and not seeing the reality of things. Because at the end of the day, you can look amazing, and I've heard people that are models that say like even with the photos they take, they're photoshopped a little bit and stuff like that. Like it's always misconceptions. Like the people, the influencers, like for say, I don't want to name drop nobody because I ain't want to do nobody like that. But the top influencers we see, maybe they have like a tape or two out. Who knows? But even those people like freaking Photoshop themselves, like just to get that extra image off of like I look like this, or they'll get. Now I'm starting to see people taking out their like butt shots and like face shots or whatever the fuck their height, but whatever they got now, I'm starting to see more of that now. Thank God, because they're starting to see how they
Right.
look. But like even that like was a stem off social media and like just the appeal that wasn't like real made by somebody, like just the perspective of how they're supposed to look. That's crazy to me. I mean, men too. We don't talk about it enough, but a lot of men like go through it more than women because
No, I didn't say men or women. I just left it open because
yeah,
I agree.
yeah, I think it goes both ways. I think a lot of people don't realize like men go through it just as much sometimes. A lot of expectations, a lot of like just like I think society can be harder on men at times. So like maybe we'll get more realistic responses from people at times that hurt more. So like when you like it's
Right.
just the whole thing. It's just a lot, man. I think social media stems a lot of issues that turn into physical like reality when it shouldn't. Like I don't think people see social media as like not real, and that's the problem because it's not real.
At
It's
all.
literally not real. It's like a fantasy land you go to whenever you're bored for entertainment. Like that's literally what it is for. And people use it as like the news. People use it as the most serious high up. I need to get this from here, or my relationship stem off this app. Like it's crazy how much we rely on shit like that. But what are we gonna do about it?
Man,
Honestly,
we're just
I'm gonna pay
gonna
attention.
do what we can do for ourselves, man.
Do what you can do for
Just push
yourselves. Do it
on.
for
Just
the
try to teach our
audience.
kids better.
Try to teach
I'm
kids
gonna
better.
teach my
Try
kids
to
how to
teach
actually go
the
outside and,
viewers
like plant a
what's
garden.
going on. Oh yeah. I think. Oh my
Oh, I
God.
need to
I hope
heal.
we never
Wow.
get to a point where like we don't use real world resources anymore. Or, like people don't know how to.
I gotta heal. Wow.
Here, come here, come here, come here.
Wait, I need to
Behind
cop
you.
this.
Behind you.
This man
Behind you.
just copped it. Oh, I got you. I got you. I didn't want him to cop the dogs.
You knew he was gonna do
Um,
that.
I'm already knowing. I'll get the ignite. Yeah, I'll get the ignite enemies in a little bit.
I was thinking if we moderated social media, moderated just our time spent in like nature like versus technology and inside, it would like change a whole society. Like the world would get brighter outside. Like I swear to God, like everything would change. I feel like I think COVID was a big factor in that too. Like pushed it even more, which didn't help. But people gotta get out of that.
I'm telling you,
Can't be
man.
it can't be inside forever. Like it's just no.
I'm dead.
No, bro, you good,
That's
bro.
clean. But man, I definitely will say that at some points there may look like there's no way out. There always is, man.
There's always, even for the people that's at the lowest.
Always a way
Oh
out, man.
fuck, dude, I'm
Wow,
getting
this is
fucking
getting
blasted
intense.
right now. Holy fuck, I'm getting my shit milli rocked right now. I'm sorry, YouTube. Oh my god, yo, there's no fucking way this shit's
YouTube, I'm
happening
so
right
sorry.
now.
Alright, we're going
YouTube,
right
fuck,
way.
I'm sorry. Getting shitted
Alright, I'm going to
on.
right the phone. But look,
Damn.
man, at the end of the day, when it comes to social media, that's just all it really is, man.
Yeah, at the
There's a
end of
lot
the
of
day, it's always gonna
complexities
be
to
there.
it. But simply put, man, you just got to do stuff that matters more. Like, cause I'll tell you myself, I used to be a social media freak, a fiend. Couldn't get enough. Had to be constantly updated on who's doing what, who's sleeping with who, new song, this, that, and the third. I don't care.
And
Now I
it'll
care
get you
more about
tied
my
up in it.
family and my real life, man, about my job, back in school. Got a
Yeah.
girlfriend. I'm over here planting a garden. I'm 24. I've never planted a garden before. I'm
Yeah, a lot of
24.
people
I'm going back
haven't.
to
I bet you.
college. A lot of people at this
Exactly.
age ain't going back. They
Nope.
they just worried about, well, I need bread. How about you get some information, get some knowledge in your head
Get some
to get some more
knowledge.
bread,
Yeah, how about practice
earn a
something? How about get a
certification. You know
niche
what I'm
in something
saying?
and yeah, exactly, and
Hey, social
monetize
media
it.
definitely pushes
Instant
lack of
gratification.
education
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
as being okay.
yeah. And it, like thinking it'll work.
Like,
Like
why do you
no.
guys want to be stupid?
Like,
Like,
why do y'all
that's not
guys
cool.
think y'all can be stupid and it'll work? That's the problem. Why do y'all think it will work?
Just because it worked
Because
for this
somebody, I'm about to
gentleman
say, the
in
first
YouTube,
person
don't even
on,
work for your
exactly.
dumbass.
It's like, you looking at someone saying this that is like 1 in a million. Like, bro, more than a million. One in a lottery ticket, probably.
One of a bagillion jillion.
Like, literally. Like, bruh. God damn. Just don't work like that, y'all. You gotta work for it. 1 in a million.
Ain't no other way, man.
Just like
But
how we working
working
for this
for
job right
something
here.
and actually gaining that, getting that, achieving what you worked hard for, not just pressed a button for, it's really nice. I'm
Yes.
over here planting these little seeds. They're going into sprouts. I'm gonna grow the sprouts into actual like fruit that I can feed my family and friends with. Like that's actually awesome.
Like, that's actually, like, resourceful.
More people just need to learn how to be that way, man. I'd recommend it.
Self-sufficient,
I want to
yeah.
push. I don't want to push anything on anybody.
Yeah, if people could learn to be self-sufficient, the government, would be kind of scared of us. We'd kind of be able to make our own laws at that point, honestly. We could just be self-sufficient.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's another topic for another day before I get shot down by somebody. So
A lot of
I'm not even gonna
topics, a
speak
lot
on
of
them. A lot
days.
of days, a lot of topics, a lot of episodes, a lot of likes, and a lot of subscribes. So how about y'all fucking hit the subscribe button? Yeah, hell yeah. Listen, man, we coming up on our final wave, so I think
Yo, headphone listeners, beware.
oh yeah, disclaimer at the end. uh, I don't have anything else to say, bro. Like, social media is fucked. It's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be a new social media. I feel like. I think it's always gonna be a new thing. We had Facebook first. Now we got Instagram. We had Snapchat. Now we got fucking TikTok. And we like it's always gonna be a new thing. For when VR gets right and AR gets right, it's gonna be something that they kind of got like VR chat already. which people use, but like that's not really everybody on it. So they gonna end up having something for something else. They always are. So we just gonna have to adapt to that too. Like it's always gonna be an endless cycle until people choose to not do it no more. And that's
That's
just
it.
facts, and that's just facts. So
Hey, start with one, start with ourselves, teach ourselves, and then we can teach others, hopefully in the future.
there you go, Mike. There you go, Mike. Appreciate it.
I want to wish the best for the world, and I want to wish the best for all the listeners out there. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. Let
Love
them
the
know,
best
Mike.
just for everybody.
Took the
Spread
words
nothing
right out my mouth.
but positivity.
Took the words right out my mouth. I agree. Um,
Especially in these crazy times,
in these
uncertain
crazy
times.
times, man. Everybody stay safe out there, cause it is a rough, tough, buckling time out there. And I'm sure it's not gonna let up anytime soon, but we gonna get through it. And when we get through it, boy, it's gonna be a lot of light at the end of that tunnel. It's gonna be shining bright at the end of
A
that
lot
tunnel.
of
I
likes, a
didn't
lot
see
of
it. I just
subscribers.
what? A
No,
lot of subscribers,
all right, bro.
lot of
No, go
viewers, a lot
ahead.
of listeners, and a lot of people. Want to know, just want to know. Not even anything, but just want to know. You feel
I
me?
just want y'all to listen, man. Just listen, man. No, just hear my every
just, just,
word.
just, just agree. No, just agree. Nah, man. I hope everybody like there enjoy what we had to say. I hope some of you took what we said to heart. I hope some of you agree with what we said. I hope some of you think the same way we think. If you don't, I would also love to hear your opinions in the comment section. Um, I feel like, oh, what else are we? Is there anything else you want to get off mic?
You know, honestly, all I want to get off is the fact that I'm gonna absolutely massacre these bosses.
Yeah, I'm God. You getting fucking wrecked over here.
I think we touched on the whole
Huh.
social media thing pretty well, ladies
I
and
mean, we did
gentlemen.
too.
Hope you
I
just take
think,
something away from that and just live to see another day.
facts. I think we just finish this wave off. Finish, get to the lobby and just let the people, you know, scatter out of here. I don't think I have anything else to say, but if y'all want to say to just finish this gameplay, because I know how unsatisfying it could be to just fucking watch a whole gameplay and then just not, you know, finish it. Like, damn, that'd be tough. So we'll keep it right now. Thank you for that, Mike. I appreciate that.
We always pick up our brethren that have fallen.
Always, always remember that, folks. Remember that, folks. And then when he picks me up, I help him. You feel me? That's just the way it goes. You see. That's just the way. Hey, that's just the way it goes, y'all.
And that's the way, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We appreciate you guys more than you
Yes,
know. Make sure to
yes,
like, comment, subscribe.
all that. We'll catch y'all next episode, man. BMTV. We out. Okay, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
That was good, dude.